You will not lay a finger on me!
It's Season 1, Episode 6 of Pluribus, entitled HDP. Let's dive in. If you were king for a day, what would you do? The show's response to this question is answered through Kumba, a man who is a glut for pleasure. Kumba strolls up into meetings in Air Force One, and he constantly has an entourage of women around him. He lives like a king. He even gets to stay in a suite previously occupied by Elvis Presley, the king of rock. But what makes Kumba act like this? In a previous episode, he argues for the benefits that this new world order brings about.
The color of one's skin now meaningless. Peace on earth.
Extrapolating from this comment, Kumba was likely on the receiving end of this bigotry. His overindulgence feels like a response to all the things that were denied to him. The joining flipped the script, and now the world is Kumba's oyster and he will shuck as much as he can. It's time to climb the ladder. In Vegas, Kumba gets the Hive to construct an elaborate 50s James Bond fantasy scenario. A scenario where he gets to be the top dog, winning with an insanely rare hand. When the Hive congratulates Kumba's empty win, the governor breaks character and Kumba asks him not to break the fantasy. Kumba is aware that this is all make-believe, but the happiness and the pleasure that this fantasy provides, it's all real to him. He embraces his false reality and continues down his road of overconsumption. Las Vegas, or Sin City, is a place of hedonism that perfectly encapsulates Kumba. Concrete jungles of pleasure, flashing lights that mirror Kumba's flashy attire. It's almost as if he is willfully blinding himself with the blinding lights of Vegas, to distract himself from his awareness that this is all make-believe. Kumba stays at the West Gate, the gate to the West. Throughout various pieces of media, the West is used as a symbol for chasing fortunes, chasing the American dream. It's the place where the sun sets, where people go to chase the warmth of the sun, to chase the promised land. Kumba wasted no time in acquiring these fortunes, these status symbols, his clothing, his suite, his women. Everything about him screams fortune. But what are the consequences of these actions? Well, the Hive is facing a caloric crisis. There's not enough ethically sourced food in the world to feed their population. In Kumba's extravagant palatial suite, there's a staircase lobby-like area flanked by black horses on the sides. In the Book of Revelations, a black horse acts as the steed for one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the horsemen of famine. These black horses welcome you to Kumba's lair. Welcome to his world of overconsumption, a world that causes famines, scarcity, and disparity. Is it ethical for someone who has been deprived to better their lives at the cost of depriving others? We've previously gone over the consent conundrum on the show, how no one on Earth consented to being part of the joining, and this conflict extends further to how Kumba sleeps with his entourage, a group of people incapable of not consenting.
For us, affection is always welcome.
Ironic, isn't it? Without his consent, Kumba cannot be integrated into the common folk, if you will.
Regrettably, as of this time, I prefer not.
Kumba remains at the top, with the rest of the masses bending to his desires. But perhaps the blinding lights of Vegas are blinding him a little too much. Are there other consumers lurking in plain sight? Apex predators, locked in a dormant state, waiting for the right chance to strike, clad in leopard print attire. For Kumba, the West is a place to seek fortunes and pleasures that he was deprived of in the previous world, and this is based on assumptions that I made about his history. Before the joining, Carol has lived a successful life. She lived the riches provided by her Waikaro books. When Carol makes a turn into the West Gate, the fortune she seeks is not material. She seeks community. After recording what she believed to be bulletproof evidence against the Hive, she drives to Vegas in search of Kumba. She's headstrong in her quest to take down the Hive.
Place your bets, please.
Carol places her bets that her discovery will bring the rest of humanity together and rally them against the collective. But the Hive defanged her plans.
Is this about them eating people?
Everyone else already knows about their eating habits. In fact, everyone else knows more than her. Her dreams of a united front come crashing down, and worse, she finds out that she's left out of the community group chat.
The majority felt your presence might prove disruptive.
Through the hive, Kumba created a false community that adores him. But Carol wants the real community. A community consisting of what remains of humanity. But her abrasiveness pushes the rest of humanity away. Man, episode after episode, they put Carol through deeper rings of lonesomeness. Everyone else reached Carol's conclusions way before she did, because the rest of them don't have this standoffish nature that Carol guards herself with. Carol quite literally has no one, but even in her deepest pit so far, she still refuses the hive's embrace.
I do not consent.
12 days post-joining, and her value for humanity and individualism still takes precedence over her need for connections. Perhaps the community and the humanity that Carol seeks is not found in the West. Maybe she has to look south to find what she needs. The hive operates based on their own version of the commandments. Thou shalt not harm.
We can't purposely end life. It's not in our nature.
Love thy neighbor.
Your books are an expression of you. We love you.
Thou shalt not waste.
Why are you turning them off everywhere else?
For conservation.
Consume thy dead neighbor.
HDP, human-derived protein.
They take the concept of consumerism and strip it completely of all the negative implications around it. But their ethical practices have big consequences. Without inflicting any form of damage on other living beings, plants included, they will run out of food in a few years. Because of this, they've resorted to human-derived protein. They mourn the dead, thank them for their sacrifice, and consume them in the name of conservation. In the previous episode, I highlighted how the hive mastered all forms of efficiency. I also highlighted how in Got Milk, Carol took her first steps in properly mourning. In this episode, HDP, the reveal of the hive's food source is a darkened version of the concepts established in Got Milk. The hive mourns the dead, but their mourning process intermingles with their innate optimization. Mourn the dead and consume the individual to fuel the hive, because they have no other choice. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism, but in a world with no capitalism, what dictates the ethics of consumption? Is it ethical to live like a king, creating false realities and contributing to disparity if the world allows you to? Is it ethical to allow yourself to wither with hunger because you deem all life to be so precious that you won't even pick fruit to satiate your hunger? At what point do the ends justify the quote-unquote harm the hive refuses to inflict? That'll do it for me. Thank you for listening and see you all on the next episode. Bye-bye.